the benefits of inspiring sounds. Now, music, as we call music, are sounds. Words are sounds. Even in speaking, they say in the Vedas that in the spiritual realm, every word is actually sung. And in Sanskrit, it is sung. And every step is a dance. Okay. So then we might say this reality we call, matter, that people investigate and trying to find what's there in the particles and all this going into this, is sound and light. And yet light comes from sound. Sound comes also from the word, the thought, even when you think you're hearing, you see. And if you notice with your mind, okay, and you think about the words of songs that we were singing as children, teenagers now, and hearing, and what others are, and how something sung has such a, like, it makes like a deep rut in a recording that we always remember. It's like old commercials that we were taught to sing. They called jingles. And in the 40s, they used to have jingle contests for the radio, that you could make money by writing the jingle for one of their products, okay? And then as you sing it, now, there's a song I like. What is it? Oh, golly, let's see. It's really cool. You can then use certain words to help you get to the place of knowing and being who you really are, even beyond the thoughts and the words, as that real state of union with the divine, your beloved, ourselves, each other, and all wisdom and knowledge. Therefore, you can do anything that you want to do. And so when you think about the music of how, and even like in 1939, or maybe it was in the early 40s, but around there, so the universal, they call universal maybe, but the planetary standard for tuning instruments was 440. That meant A was at 440 frequencies, or hertz. And 432 is what it was previously, where all the great classical music was composed and written on instruments, and for instruments, and in the great cathedrals with the high ceilings and the organ tuned to the stones, all this for a spiritual experience. So anyway, so then now it militarized the sounds that we're hearing, because it's not the 432 that's very natural to us. So I had my piano tuned to 432, so I play that. It's magnificent. It's such a difference in the feeling and the sound and the qualities. And also the acoustical music, you get the spaces of the silence and between the sounds and what's there. This all the overtones and all. That's why sounds are very, very important. But when you're listening to sampled sounds, you're listening to electronic sounds all the time, then you're out, and in the reality it's always these radios, these instruments are there in the ear, and it's constant. You aren't hearing the sound of the self and the sound of the soul and the real divine sound. When I was trekking in the Himalayas and the body got really sick, so I had to be carried out on the back of the Sherpa man, and he was barefooted. I gave him all my stuff, but really amazing people. And then I got to Kathmandu, and that's where I heard the continual, just me, the student that she came down with me, Janice, and I'm for 3 days right on the edge of whether I'm passing or staying here. And I heard was played for me, I was tapping into the celestial, the divine choir of the Om, and it was sung in parts and modulation up and down, but and hum, it was beautiful in every way. It was, after a while, it was exhausting because it was day and night, and I realized the sound vibration that I wasn't supposed to be leaving here. This was for me to really stay here. So you've heard of the Rife machine, is a healing machine that uses frequency and does actually also sound and vibration. And and I had a friend that Clarence, who got healed of something he got in. I had Agent Orange or something, and healed his body with that Rife machine. So you see also with the sound or the feeling, if you look at when you call it the healing hands or the healing presence, and you think about what is the best thing you could do for someone else in that sense is that when you are in that divine presence, that healing state, because how is healing is you see no fractals, you see no separation of not separation. You see no lie manifesting here. You don't give the power to the lie. You don't give the power to the creation. You give the power to the Creator, who is always perfect, whole, and complete in every way, with nothing missing. And that then what we don't use, we lose, and it atrophies. But it doesn't mean you lose it. You could use it by starting to use it again. And that means knowing that you have that, knowing you could trust your intuition, okay? Knowing that you have all these, what would you call it? Not just supernatural, but more mystical qualities, even through these physical senses, that give you a complete readout what's going on this reality, because it's made of this reality, you see? And so therefore, the thing with music, you look at all the songs, and that's why I don't like to sing the songs I used to like to sing, because of the words and the blues and the pathetic, and you took a fine time to leave me, Lucille, do, or born to lose, I live my life in vain. Really, you're affirming and singing it, and it becomes your hit song that everybody else can identify with because it's predictive programming, that you take that on and believe it. All the rock and roll. That's why even though I became an opera singer, because I wanted to experience the fullness of my voice, but I didn't want to be singing on the stage these opera tragedies and all of this made up stuff of the way humans really are, that is all put out there even in teaching of Shakespeare, and all these people everywhere, how can you say that, because I have my degrees and all of this. So you support lies and make it all happen so everybody else suffers, you see, because you suffer as well. And that what it really comes to is to realize sound. That's why I like singing, what would you say, hearing classical music now where I didn't used to, because and it creates moods, you see, and all of that, and by it can also help you go into deeper levels. It can be a very beautiful thing. And